Round 4 of the Formula One season takes us to the heart of the desert, Bahrain. As we return to the Sakhir circuit, anticipation is high, especially after the insights gained during pre-season testing. However, the conditions now are drastically different: hotter, harsher, and more revealing. So, what can we expect from this weekend's race? Let's start with the track itself. Bahrain is known for its demanding surface. Despite its age, the asphalt remains highly abrasive. This, combined with the circuit's long braking zones, makes tire management one of the biggest challenges here. Grip levels are decent, but drifting sand can create unpredictable conditions. And thermal degradation is likely to play a major role in race strategy. Unlike wear or graining, it's the heat that will test the team's tire performance the most. With track temperatures expected to climb from last Sunday's sub-20 degrees Celsius to around 30 degrees Celsius this weekend, the difference is significant. These hotter temperatures will undoubtedly push tire strategies to the forefront, particularly in how teams balance grip, wear, and thermal stress. Amid all this, Ferrari is drawing major attention. They're bringing a crucial floor upgrade, one that they hope will unleash the performance glimpsed during simulator runs and cold weather testing earlier in the season. Now, with more typical desert conditions, the team finally has a chance to validate those early expectations. But it's not just Ferrari making headlines. McLaren, too, is in the spotlight. Despite having developed a car that's proving competitive across various track conditions, Bahrain remains an elusive target. They've never won here, even though it's often seen as a second home race for the team. Especially now that Bahrain's Mumtalakat Fund has taken full ownership of the McLaren Group, including its F1 operations. With Andrea Stella calling this race their second home GP, and the team showing championship-level potential, the pressure is on. But standing in their way, none other than Max Verstappen and the formidable RB21. Can McLaren finally end their Bahrain drought and deliver under the watchful eyes of their new owners? Or will the desert heat expose new weaknesses in what's expected to be a fierce tire battle? Hold on. Did you know that 99% of you watching right now aren't subscribed? If you enjoy my content and want to see more, please hit that subscribe button. It takes just a second, but it means the world to me and helps keep this channel going. Join the family and let's grow together. Now back to the story. One thing is certain. This weekend in Bahrain promises high tension, high temperatures, and high drama. McLaren might be heading into a tougher challenge than they anticipated, especially considering the impressive pace Red Bull showed last time out in Suzuka. Team principal Andrea Stella weighed in on their chances for the upcoming weekend, emphasizing that while Max Verstappen is currently making the difference for Red Bull, relying solely on driver brilliance isn't sustainable across a full season. In the long run, to win both championships, you need the best car, Stella explained. If you're not in a winning position, securing consistent podiums is key. Max is performing exceptionally well right now, but it's tough to carry a team for 24 races without top machinery. This weekend could also mark Verstappen's return to the top of the Drivers' Championship standings. His record-breaking run ended with the final race of 2024, but he's now only a single point behind Lando Norris and has scored all of Red Bull's 61 points so far this season. Bahrain presents him with the perfect stage to take back the lead. As for Norris, he's realistic about the team's chances, especially considering the layout of the Bahrain circuit. Speaking about the differences in cornering, the Brit acknowledged that Bahrain might play into Red Bull's strengths more than McLaren's. Our weakness has been low-speed corners, which Bahrain has plenty of, Norris admitted. We lose some of our high-speed advantage here, and that puts us on the back foot. Red Bull seems to have found some extra pace, and while our qualifying laps were strong, Max and Red Bull aren't far off. They might have closed the gap. Meanwhile, Ferrari will also be under the microscope this weekend. With the much-anticipated debut of their upgraded floor on the SF25, hopes are high for a breakthrough. Despite showing strong potential in both simulator data and preseason testing, the team has yet to translate that promise into actual race results. Team principal Fred Vasseur has openly admitted that the team's start to the season has been less than ideal. Still, there's cautious optimism that the new upgrades will mark the beginning of a turnaround. Bahrain is seen as a critical point, where Ferrari can finally unlock the performance they've been chasing. After a disappointing drop-off following the Chinese GP sprint race, Bahrain represents a chance at redemption for the Maranello squad. If the new floor performs as expected, This could be the moment Ferrari begins to reassert itself at the front of the grid. As we look ahead to the Bahrain Grand Prix, there's a lot of speculation surrounding Ferrari, not just about their performance, but also internal disagreements on how to move forward. Team boss Fred Vasseur has addressed both the rough start to the season and the challenges the team faces in Sakhir. We all want to run the car lower to gain more downforce. Every team does, Vasseur explained, but we're all dancing around the same limitations. Bottoming out and the technical regulations, everyone's working to find that sweet spot. Go too low and it backfires. Ride height has been critical to performance not just now, but for the last 2 years. What's especially interesting heading into Bahrain is the internal divide within Ferrari about their new floor upgrade. According to La Gazzetta dello Sport, some within the team, particularly in the aerodynamic department, are eager to implement the new spec now, believing it will push the SF25 in the right direction. However, both Vasseur and performance chief Enrico Cardile reportedly prefer to hold off until the car's balance issues are resolved. The reasoning? Bahrain marks just the first phase of a broader upgrade plan, with the second and more significant part expected to arrive 2 rounds later in Miami. Vasseur and Cardile want to ensure the baseline of the SF25 is solid enough to properly evaluate the effectiveness of the new floor. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton is ready for change. Any change. Following some underwhelming weekends, the 7-time world champion is hoping that the Bahrain GP brings a step forward. "I'm glad I was able to move up the order in Suzuka," Hamilton shared. "But honestly, there's been a clear performance gap on my side of the garage. Something's just not working right. Still, I got the best result possible with what I had, and now I'm looking forward to seeing what the new upgrades can bring. We've got some ground to make up, 3 or 4 tenths off the top guys, but we'll keep pushing." Let's not overlook Mercedes. Despite a shaky understanding of the ground effect era in recent years, they've quietly racked up 75 points in the opening 3 races, more than they've managed this early since 2022, and now sit second in the Constructors' Championship. Team principal Toto Wolff sees Bahrain as a crucial benchmark for the W16's development. "This track is a real test," Wolff said. "It's rear-limited, with high tire degradation, abrasive asphalt, and hot conditions. Pretty much everything we struggled with last year. So Bahrain will show us if we've really made progress with this car." So with Ferrari divided over their development direction, Hamilton looking for a spark, and Mercedes unexpectedly in the mix, what do you think will be the biggest storyline coming out of Bahrain? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and once you're done, make sure to check out the video on your screen right now for more F1 breakdowns.